Hey first grade! Today we're celebrating Rock Your School, and this year's theme is the arts. So we're going to get to have a really awesome, fun experience learning how to paint a Florida landscape. Just follow me step by step and let's have fun. So the first step to creating our artwork is to divide the sky from the land. So with the color blue, I want you to put a little bit on your brush and divide your painting in half with blue paint using the very tip of your brush. That's called a horizon line. That is the line that divides the sky from the land. Alright, now we're going to use the wet on wet watercolor technique. Now remember, the wet on wet watercolor technique, we add water first. So let's spread some water into our sky. We're going to do that part first. The sky is at the top of our art. We want to try to paint your sky quickly with water because you don't want the water to dry. The paper is like a sponge. It will soak your water fast. So we want to get that on there quickly. Alright, got my water. Now I'm going to choose some blue. And at the top of my paper, I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You see how I'm leaving my white spaces? That's for something extra special in just a little bit. So why don't we all leave white spaces so we can all do something extra special together for our sky. I'm using horizontal lines and I'm going back and forth. So I'm not going vertical, I'm not going in waves, I'm going side to side, leaving white spaces. Alright, remember I said we were going to do something extra special? You're going to pick another color for your sky. So I'm going to use some of this beautiful purple. And I'm going to go into my white spaces. And I am going to fill them in with my next color. So as you know, in Florida we have some of the most beautiful sunsets where you can see gorgeous colors in the sky. Let's make sure we paint all of our white spaces. Alright, I'm going to leave these white spaces alone. I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to put another color in my sky. Maybe a little bit of yellow. You can choose whatever colors you want. You don't have to do the same colors as me unless you want to. I'm sure yours is going to look awesome. If there are some colors that you want to add back in, you can always go back and add that color again. So I want more blue in my sky, so here I go with more blue. Using the wet on wet water technique, I can dab the water just a little bit, and I can sometimes blend the colors by dabbing. That also helps fill in white space. Alright, now that I'm done with my sky, I'm going to do my foreground. That's the front of an artwork, and that is where our Florida water is going to go. Starting with my blue. This time, instead of horizontal lines, I'm going to do wavy lines. Because I want to show the movement in the water. Try to leave some white spaces, friends, because we got something special. Now, whatever colors I put in my sky, I want to put them in my water because in nature, water reflects the light in the sky. So I started with my blue, now I'm gonna go in with my purple, and you guessed it, we're gonna fill in our white spaces using still the wavy lines. And try not to get your waves to look too perfect because in nature the waves are never perfect. Right now I'm going to add my yellow, and I'm going to add my yellow to the top of my foreground. You can overlap, and you can even blend and layer some of your colors. See how my yellow is covering up my blue a little bit? That's okay. It will just look more natural. I'm going to add a little bit more blue to fill in the remaining white spaces. Continuing my wavy lines. Don't forget your edges. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of water, and I'm going to just kind of blend my colors up with plain water. Alright, now I have my background, which is my sky. I have my foreground, which is my water. And now we're going to add the land, and that will be in our
middle ground.
I want you to take a dark color. It could be black, it could be brown. We're going to, in the middle of our artwork where we started with our very first line, we're going to add our land to the sides. Some of your land can even overlap your water, and it can even overlap your sky. Just in the middle of our artwork. Carry this line. And up the sides. We can even bring the land up the sides. It's going to help frame our artwork. We're going to add our trees. Now with green, we're going to add all of the leaves. Gonna even put some shrubs or bushes by dabbing with the tip of my brush. I'm even thinking about putting some bushes on this side. Dab, 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 dab. And some bushes have thin leaves, so I'm going to add some thin leaves with the tip of my brush. If you have another color green, you can always add extra green for more detail. Notice how when I paint, I always use the tip of my brush. I don't push the whole thing down, I use the tip. It's to help us control where our paint goes. I even have a little bit of brown, so I'm going to add a little brown to my land. Just in some special areas. Now when this painting is dry, you can use markers to add wildlife. Maybe some fish, or some birds in the sky, or reptiles in the water or on the land. But you want to wait till it's dry so that the ink, the felt tip of the marker, isn't ruined by the wet paint.
I cannot wait to see your beautiful art.